all going to go away with the things that we know and understand will help us to get the country and the new Nigeria that we deserve. Thank you all once again for joining the space. And obedience updates, please, if you can check the speaker session and ensure that His Excellency has joined the space. Thank you.
Well, our eyes are scanning as fast as we can to find His Excellency. But please, if you can help our job by just taking your hands down so that the number of roles we are combing will be less. But while we're doing that, we're just going to say please and please. So many things are important in this journey we're embarking on. Information is important. So for you to make sure that you're in the loop of the right information, you need to follow obedience updates, because this is where we will be giving out all the information, all the T's. You know, when they say clock it, this is where it's going to be coming from. So please and please stay in the loop. Don't be misinformed. Don't go around saying, oh, we had this. If you want to hear that, oh, there's an announcement, anything, there's an action that will be going out, Obedience Update is going to be the spot. So please and please follow Obedience Update. Share and tell everybody, follow Obedience Update. Secondly, we would also want you, on this journey, all hands are on deck is important. Everybody needs to be part of this process. Go to the obedient.com website, and register, so that you would also be in the loop. You'll be getting emails. If you give us your email, if you have your phone number, we will be able to contact you. And most importantly, it is a huge community that we're building online where we're going to be working out from. So please and please, if you are here and you know that you want to be in the loop of what is happening, follow Obedience Update account, follow His Excellency's handle, and go to obedience.com and sign up. That is instructions that we can appeal to you to do. But now, while we're waiting for His Excellency, we need to make sure that we're trending. We need to make sure that everybody, once they click, they are seeing that it is OB o'clock. So please, we want you to put it out there. P2B is coming. Start putting it out there. P2B is coming. Just put it hashtag P2B is coming, right? Let us see. Right here, I can see that we have close to 4,000 people who have clocked in about 15 minutes. If all of us put out that tweet right now, we will be dominating this. Let's come back and let people know that the real boss is in town. The real man that we've been waiting for, the man of the moment, he's ready to get into the arena. So please and please go out there and do that right away. But while we're searching for that, I will just bring in my co-host, and everybody was just going to do a proper introduction to tell you about themselves and how the obedience movement have led them motivated and what they're looking forward to in this conversation and what they'll be looking forward to as the year goes on. Thank you very much. So, Mercy, take it away.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Go ahead, sir.
Maybe you can just quickly speak. His Excellency is ready to come up.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everybody. I believe that we know each other, so I've just that obedience like every other person on this space. You know what drives me is the when P2B said you don't have to, a Nigeria that works for everybody, a Nigeria where the son of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. So that is just my motivation. There is nothing else. I just want to see Nigeria work, and that is what drives me. Even when it looks like, oh, the waters are still, it just looks like everywhere is cold. People are feeling, what's going on? It looks like the movement is dying. But then I just have this motivation. I have this thing in me that really wants to see Nigeria work. So I just feel like whatever it is, it's just hibernating. It's not as if it's dead. So a little this thing will spring it up. So I don't really know how to put my words. I don't know how to put my thoughts into words when it comes to this movement, because I'm so emotional about the movement. The movement makes me cry. The movement makes me laugh. The movement is what I breathe. The movement. I live and breathe this movement because I want to see a Nigeria work. So that is it. And I believe that our collective effort, when we run the GoMed space, get organized, make election rigging difficult, I during the course of that space, I got to understand a lot of things, that if we want to see this change, we must be these change makers. P2B cannot bring this change. Dr. Tanko cannot bring this change. Sarah cannot bring this change. It's our collective effort. So that is just my drive, and I'm happy to be privileged to be a part of this movement.
All right, thank you very much for that, and let's get to the board. To the over to you.
Thank you. Well said, Mercy. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Tudo, and I'm the Shifu of the Obedient Ninjas. And we started the Obedient Ninjas for all of the right reasons. And we wanted to complement the efforts of the movement. And we've done a few things, primarily on the TL, driving narratives, shaping narratives, engaging in very rigorous intellectual conversations about the future of our country, and primarily about the person and the candidacy of His Excellency Peter Obi, because we believe that the new Nigeria that we anticipate, that we hope for, will ride on the backs of one man, and that man is Peter Obi himself. And that is what we fundamentally hold on to. And that's what has been the motivating factor in all that we have done. I am really happy to be here. Nigeria is at a crossroads, and we all know that. Look at everything that is happening in our country today. A lot of us were not born yesterday, and we used to dream of, we talk about Nigeria of yesteryears, the glory days. Well, we believe that those days are coming back, and this republic will survive. It not only survive, it will thrive. She will thrive, and she will rise up and claim her place among the community of nations. That's what we believe. And so at this time, we have an opportunity to have rigorous conversations that are very pertinent to the future of our country. And so I'm very happy to be here. The movement means a lot to me. I respect everybody within the movement, starting with Dr. Tanko himself and all the good work that they do and we all do together collectively. I salute all obedience worldwide in every capacity. Those who have been playing one role or the other, even when you are unsung, all of the unsung heroes of this movement. You've done things, you've made out of pockets, you've spent money, you spent resources, you spent time, and nobody knows you. Well, we salute you. We salute you, we honor you, we respect you. And today is the day. We are here today to engage His Excellency Peter Obi, to hear from the man himself, to hear directly. Forget about the naysayers, forget about the speculations, forget about all of the talking points out there. The man himself is here, and we are going to hear from him directly. So I am really excited to be here today to have this conversation. I'm really happy. I'm glad. I have never been more excited about the future of our beloved country, Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that, and thank you for this charge. We're still just trying to find His Excellency, and please just bear with us while we try to get him on board. But while we're doing that, as we did say, please let's see you following the obedience update, and let's see you signing up on the obedience.com. We'll be putting that out in a bit.
Okay. I've said, please.
Yeah, we're looking for him. He's not requested yet.
No. I'm going to call him in.
Okay, you want to call him on your phone?
Yes. No. I'll just take the space now and call him in through. If you see Kingland there, it's all.
Tudo, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, while we are bringing speakers up, we can still try to bring His Excellency to speak so that we
Mhm.
can keep the space going. And he's already set and ready to join the space, so he's joining right now. So we can keep the space going. Let the speakers keep
All right.
coming up to ask their questions while we take them down before His Excellency comes in. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Do we Ibrahim? I see Ibrahim. Let me pull him up. All right. All right, guy. I think that's a great idea. While we wait for His Excellency, once again, welcome everybody to this space. If you have questions, if you're not able to come up, just put the question in the comment section. We will read your questions. In the meantime, we have a few people in the speaker section. We can just keep the conversation going, like Sarah just said. So, Mercy, I don't know if you want to say a few words, get us started. We still have a country. Nigeria is there. We have so much going on in our country, which is really one of the motivations for our today. We want to talk about the future of our country. You want to go ahead and get us started on that, and then we'll just move the mic around while we wait for His Excellency.
Okay, Tudo. I think we should start getting people up. But please, before you come up, as you can see right now, I have about 71 requests. A lot of people want to speak to P2B. So when you come up, please try to make it snappy. 1 minute is enough for you to, make your contributions, ask your questions, so we can get as much people as we can tonight. Because our principal likes inclusivity. He wants everybody to be included in the conversation. So when you come up, just try to make your conversation straight to the point and in 1 minute. Thank you.
Well said.
I think
yeah, go ahead.
Ibrahim is here, and go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mary. All right, Ibrahim. Welcome to the space. You want to go ahead and say a few words as while we wait for His Excellency to join us. Welcome. Ibrahim, are you there? Okay. It's probably having connection issues. All right. In the meantime, as we're pulling people up, is somebody speaking? Walker, please hang on a second. We'll come back to you.
Okay,
Kindly
just hold on. Okay, Agulisha.
Yeah. Okay. Kindly mute your mic. We'll come back to you. Just hang on a second.
Okay, Agulisha. I think with His Excellency. So just confirm.
That's him. Oh, okay. I thought actually he was the one speaking.
Okoye Cardinal.
I don't know if he can hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
We can
Welcome,
hear
Your Excellency. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. You should know by now that you... Hello, can you hear me?
Perfectly. We can hear you well. Welcome, sir. Yes. Welcome, Your Excellency. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. You should know by now that... Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
sir.
I think somebody's mic might be causing the lag.
Let me first apologize, because you should know now that usually my own is blocked one way or the other. Because of it, I have to have 2 or 3 people around me when I do this space so you can use their numbers. So I apologize again for the delay, which has taken us time and all that. Tanko and all of you that are gathered there, let me respect all protocols and pay my respects to all of you. Sincere compliments of the season. I wish you an eventful season and the best of the year 2026. Tanko, had been all this while in our busy schedule, because Tanko is one, I can say, is the only one I did speak on a daily basis or every other day. And in our discussions, Tanko has always mentioned, please, if you can talk to, even if it's just 10, 20 of us together, and all this and all that. And when he said that, they said, Tanko, I know it's a short notice, but let not wait for another day. Can we do it this evening? So again, I apologize for the shortness, because I think we spoke about sometime in the late afternoon, and I said, Tanko, let's just quickly do this. And Tanko, I thank you and your team for putting up this. You know, even if it's no matter the few number of people I'm talking to, I'm glad and I sincerely thank you. And I thank you and all of you for the great work you're doing. As I keep saying consistently, it's not about me, it's not about any one of you in particular. It is about our country. It is about changing the narrative in our country where we can get it better. Where our country that are now seen as non-disgraced country can start changing, where people can start seeing it as a country of character, a country of value, a country where there's reason for people to be happy to live in, to be part of. That is all just my introduction. So I thank all of you. And I'm here with you as long as it is possible for us to be in this space. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And it's good to have you here. And once again, from our own side, we'll say compliments of the season to you as well. And we hope that you had a good celebration. As much as we know that you were working, but that is part of your celebration. So we hope it was a good one for you.
Definitely today was a good one. I can say today was a good one for me, because all I did today was issues that I like doing, and that is productivity all the way. I told somebody this, that I had every day, as you know, within this period is extremely busy. There's some days that, of course, it's okay. There's some days you feel, oh, you're doing this. But today, I would say is a good day. I started with going to attend a 50-year celebration of, some of you might know, not know, Father Nzamujo. Father Nzamujo is the founder of Sunrise Farms in Port Novo. It's a farm that has been celebrated by leaders all over the world. He's from Imo, who wanted to farm in Nigeria, and nobody gave him a space anywhere to farm. And he went to Republic of Benin, and they gave him a massive place in Port Novo, where if you go there, you'll be amazed. Presidents of countries, including President of America, have been there. He's this, I think he's either second or third biggest employer of labor in the whole of Republic of Benin. When you see where it is to have what you can call productivity, a farm, they generate their own power, they do their own this and all that. Every state in Nigeria that I know, about 16 or 20 states, have tried to replicate small of that, and it failed because of lack of management. So we started a tiny part of it in Anambra while I was governor, and I can tell anybody it's working today. The reason why that small one is working is that when I started it, I told them it cannot be managed by government. Once government manage it, it will fail. we'll lease it out to people who manage it. And we did that. After 3 years, I told the people to take it over. They now own it and it's working. But I went today to celebrate him for what he's done universally and for the value and character of his person. From there, I went to condole a family of Ukeje. Some of you might not know a man called Ukeje, the first Nigerian to start a private college in the whole of Southeast. It trained over 100 graduates in Imo State. It's somebody that, by the time I tell you what this man was able to do, from going to school, having a PhD in the 50s, set up the school, wanted to build a university. As far back as 1958, the first private university, and was stopped by government. I went to condole his family because he's been buried in a small, and then finally ended up with my principal after Father Tabo Ibeziako, who was 90 years old today. I went to his house to spend the evening with him because, of course, imagine if he wasn't my principal in secondary school, whom I would have been today. And his family had been so happy that the man all day went to church, came back, kept quiet, told everybody he's tired. But when they told him I'm here, he came out laughing, saying, oh, his son is here. He was wondering whether that all day he was saying, oh, Peter has not even asked of me. Where is he? What is there? So I said, principal, I've been going around greeting people. I said, you'll be the last place I'll come because the oldest living first-class traditional ruler, Newi, today was 100 years. And I had to go and see him. And this is the events that made my day worthwhile because I was seeing people whom I believe have lived and contributed in productivity. And that new Nigeria we want to celebrate. People who lived a life worthy of emulation in terms of character, value, impacting it on the society. So thank you for asking me about my day.
Well, what an amazing day. Like, Nigerians, you can see for yourself. Productivity will, when they say productivity, well, everywhere will be productivity. Like, we have somebody who is able to see things that are most important, that these are the things that can change our country. So, well, wherever you are, once again, put it out there. Peter Obi is coming because a new Nigeria is certainly possible, and we are all going to be marching towards that. So, without wasting much time, we would head out to start taking the questions. Bring your questions. It's going to be 1 minute. Please and please, 1 minute by 30 seconds, just start rounding up. Go straight to the point. Don't go around talking about things that are not what we're here for today. All protocols are already being observed. We just want the house rule so that we can be able to get a lot of people. His Excellency is that visitor that everybody wants to have an opportunity to engage. So please and please do give us that opportunity by just making very succinct, straight to the point. So, Messi, Trudeau, take it away.
Yeah, let me start here with a softball, and then we can build up the momentum from there. Your Excellency, it's such an honor for me to engage you on this platform. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do. My question to you is, how do you do this? I mean, do you have more than 24 hours in a day than the rest of us? That's just my question. How do you manage to do all that you do? Thank you.
Well, very simple. People ask me, where do you get your energy? Every day I wake up in my life, every single day, I show gratitude. Gratitude to Almighty God that I woke up today. It is only by His grace that we wake up. Gratitude that I'm one of those who were able to wake up. Gratitude that I'm one of those who can afford to have a breakfast. Gratitude that I'm one of those who is healthy to walk around. That gives me all the energy. The next is, what do I do today? What will I say I'm going to do today that will impact on humanity? Just like I told you that this morning, I got up, exercised, drove to Owerri. And see what he did when he saw me. He said, my son, Peter, I know you were there. Because when I became governor several years ago, about 20 years now, in 2006, I made him the patron of Traditional Rulers Council. Because by that time, he was about 42 years on the throne. He was oldest. Today, 62 years on, about my age. Today he was 2 years on the throne and about 100 years. And he's still standing. And so when I do those things or going to see my principal, in all these
Okay, I think
none of
we're
them gave
all right. All right, Your Excellency, sir, if you can hear me, we are having a hard time hearing you. I think we're having some connection issues there. If you can hear me, we can't hear you anymore. Yeah, I think
me.
if you can hear me, we can't hear you anymore. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here, and we will wait for His Excellency to come back.
Even I can't get it. Or your phone.
Okay, I think he dropped off. So we'll wait for him to come back, and then we'll continue from where we left off. In the meantime, Mercy, do you want to? I think we should go ahead and start taking speakers. What do you say?
Yeah.
We have a few of our speakers in the speaker section. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think His Excellency should be here. So we take about 4 persons. Then he gets to answer the questions. Then we go over to the next four. So by this we'll be faster. So just make your questions, like we said, a maximum of 1 minute. But if you do 30 seconds, we can. So I think we should start taking the questions, or we'll wait for His Excellency to come back.
No, we can get the conversation going. People can ask their question. We will note the questions. We can write them down if we have to, and then when he comes back, we can just go back to back like that. That way, we can keep the show going. I think it'll be great that way. So let's go with the. I don't see any hands. So if you're in the speaker section, let me welcome everybody once again. Ibrahim, I see you, Dr. Roya, Kolade, Guns Are Blazing, Hi Chief, Jack, Hebele Chuku, and Dr. A.H. Musa. Thank you all for joining us in the speaker section. In the meantime, I think His Excellency might be back.
Yes,
Hang on. Okay, great, great.
so let's
Your
start.
Excellency, Your Excellency, if you can hear me, um, please go ahead and then we can continue from where we left off.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm now ready again. Sorry. There's no way. I didn't know what happened. I think it's from your end because it just stopped, you know. But in conclusion of my first thing, my energy, your time is gratitude to God.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And I think so. Mercy, we're just gonna go with that formula. So let's just take like four back to back, starting with Dr. Royal, and then we'll go to the next person, and so His Excellency can just take all those questions at once, and then we'll go to the next batch in that order. So, Your Excellency,
Okay.
can you hear me?
I'm listening very well.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, we're going to take questions now,
No
and we're going
problem.
to take them in batches.
No
So the
problem.
questions will come.
I'm here.
All
I'm
right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. We're most grateful. All right, so let's start with Dr. Royal, and then we'll take turns to ask questions, four people at a time, and then His Excellency can just tackle those questions in one go. Let's go ahead. Dr. Royal, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Afternoon, morning, wherever you're spacing from. Thank you so much for this opportunity and this space. Your Excellency, sir, I'm so glad to be speaking with you this evening. And thank you for all you do and who you are and what you mean to us. May God guide you and increase you. So, quickly, my question is obedience are all ready. We are ready everywhere, all over the world. When you speak
hello.
this evening to me, can you hear me, sir?
I'm hearing you. At times it just goes
Okay.
on.
Okay, but can you hear me, sir? Am I being
I'm
heard?
hearing you very well.
I hear
Very
you,
well.
sir.
Very,
Okay. So can I go ahead? Host, can I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I just hope he hears me all the way. So I'm very quick with the question. So, very quickly, having Excellency, having you speak today, sir, is actually a breath of fresh air from the whole toxic environment of Nigeria right now, with all that's going on. So, what I wanted, my question is, going towards 2027, I will need to just be very focused right now. Don't want to beat around the bush. How are we going to leverage on the followership we've had from 2023 to 2023 up to the elections, the followership we had, and of course disappointments and everything we had last 2 years ago, just 2 years ago. What is the plan? How we're going to leverage on the obedience? Because we are all waiting to just move. We keep saying that it's coming every day. We are ready. I know, thank God, our leader is here. I know there's so much we're trying to do on the ground, but we need to like move really, really fast because we have just next year to do all we need to do. So, what's the plan, sir? We're just with you. We're here. Talk to us, and we just run with the vision. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
thank you. Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Next question.
Hi, Chief. You can go ahead because you're taking like four questions at a row. So His Excellency will take the questions, then we go over to the next batch. Hi, Chief.
Finances. If you look at the health check of the economy, how companies are closing up, and you see the weak purchasing power of those of Nigerian citizens, how weak it has become. We also know that Nigerian money is not the issue of Nigeria, but if you look at the report of the Auditor General that said 288 billion was misappropriated by INEC, 210 billion is missing by the NNPC audit report. 17.5 trillion was spent on pipeline security, and 7.5 trillion was also spent for subsidy in 2024. That is by NNPC report, with also the missing money from the NNPC, which they will also come around to say. One of money generation is not our issue. I think it's this misallocation and misalignment and misappropriation of resources that have led Nigeria to its knees. Because if our president is flying from the last week, he flew to Bauchi to some other part of the north. The jet he used was the jet, that was bought under the Obasanjo era. So you will now be wondering why we had to use 150 billion, to buy another jet. As he came into office for the first time. So this lack of cost cutting measures is the problem why Nigeria and the overprinting of money, the overspending of government. I think it is what's largely responsible for government inflation and the poverty Nigerians are facing. So I'm looking at areas that is possible when you come in. What are the things that you do to arrest this drift to public management and public resources?
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. Hi, Chief. Valerie, OJ. Valerie, I think you have the mic.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Good evening, Peter Obi. Good evening, Mr. Tanko and everybody here. Okay, so I just have a quick question for our principal. Please, we've been hearing this news that you may soon join the ADC or that I don't know, Atiku Abubakar might step down for you, sir. So do you think this is plausible? Do you think you're going to be running under the ADC as the presidential flag bearer, or you think you may go to another party if the primaries won't be favorable for you? Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Valerie, for making that very snappy. Bele Chuku, you have the mic.
Good evening, Mercy. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Tanko. So my question is going to be some of the lessons we learned from 2023 and what we have to do better for 2027 in terms of strategy to make sure that the mistakes of 2023 does not repeat itself. So what do we do and how do we, and what are the plans we have on ground to make sure that when the people come out, we are able to protect the people's mandate? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay, sir. I think this is the fourth question, so you can take the question, sir.
Okay, are you hearing me very well?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you for those who asked questions. The first question was talking about leveraging on the obedient movements or the followers we're able to mobilize through in 2023. Let me say it again. Nobody is a follower in this movement. We all believe in it. We are all part of it. It's a journey for all of us. If you're in it because you think you're following me or following anybody, you actually miss the mark. We're all in it together because we say we want to get it better. So that sacrifice you're doing is for yourself. It's something you can go on tomorrow and say, when it mattered, I was there, I contributed my own bit. It could be just being able to change one person or the girlfriend convinces boy, listen, we cannot go be a student in school. Let us, all of us are joining to bring about this change. So those people that were there 2023, what I tell them is, and all of us, it is not time for despair. It is not time to look back on yesterday. It is time to look forward tomorrow. Those things we think we did not do right yesterday, we will not collectively do it well tomorrow. And all of us believing in it is to recruit more people. The question you ask yourself is, today better than 2023? If you look at it, then you'll be able to say, if it was 23 was better, so it is getting worse. We should work harder. And I'm pleading to everybody to understand that we need to work harder. The next question High Chief talked about issue of the economy, issue of misappropriation, physical rascality, and everything. I have said it consistently that it is time we understand as a country that the biggest problem of our country is physical rascality. We are looking for managers who can manage our resources. We are not looking for people who are good in entertainment. We are not looking for people who are good in making wonderful speech. We are not looking for these people who have the best degrees and everything. You see me say every day, educational qualification is not a measure of integrity. You see me say every day, being a good speaker, having this is not a measure of integrity. We are looking for people who can manage our money. People who can manage our money in a manner that it makes all the difference. People who are around me will tell you how I say and do this every day. People say to you, how do you get money to do this and all that and all that? And I said to them, okay, we're going to do this. If we do this, it will cost us this. If we do this, it will cost us this. And I can go on and tell you, it is not those who do it. It wasn't a rocket science. It is that you have managed resources and have managed it just even today. Today I met Dr. Sam Amadi. The man has spoken about that, had something about this, about education. Okay, it was from his village. When I went there today, I and Sam was discussing something. I said, Sam, what we are looking for is managers of resources. Our country has become a country where we celebrate greed, or we've normalized greed, we've normalized criminality, we normalize people who misappropriate and celebrate them, our common resources. We celebrate a place where people think the only way to measure success is money, is the amount of car you have, is where you celebrate your birthday, the way how big you do this and everything. Sam, I want people to normalize that people should go to school. I want people to normalize that people should care about people being able to have a health facility. I want us to normalize this. I say, Sam, I've served. And I say it every day, if you see one contractor who said that in 8 years P2B was in office, he sat down with him and they were saying how much you had for him. If you see one, show me that one. If they show you anywhere, any piece of land belonging to Anambra State, I signed a CFO of over 1,000 for one single man, one person. He came to my office. He said, sir, Governor, I have over I think it was about over 200 pieces of land I've bought across the state. I do this type of business. I buy, sell this. Is C of O. If you sign them, for every C of O you signed, no, I think I was wrong. It was about 250 because it said for every C of O you sign, I will give you this amount. I signed all that piece of C of O for him, and he said to me, I agreed to pay you this. I told him, you're not owing me. You are not owing me. When I was looking for land to build where I live now in Onitsha, he offered to give me one of his land free. He said he has never seen that type of thing. He's 92 years now. I go and greet him. He will say, my son, sit down. You are a saint. No, I'm not a saint. But as at that time, I was elected to manage public resources. I was managed to manage lands belonging to the state and the people. I am not allowed to appropriate it to myself because it's against the law. I am not a saint. I've never claimed to be one. But whatever I've done, I did it within the law. If I made mistake, it is not knowingly. Because there might be a place that made mistakes. I'm a human being. But nobody will ever say, oh, Peter will be asking, give me this amount. Or give me this. Or I needed this and everything. And like I always tell people when they say, oh, you're not telling them. I say, listen, no thief on earth, I've asked that question across the whole globe, have ever seen what he can steal and keep it. And I say it every day, nobody have argued it. I left 36 billion naira when naira was 150 naira per dollar. I left 36 billion naira and I left $150 million. $150 million. Nobody asked me to save money in dollars. It was me who said, since Nigeria trades and save their money, their reserve in dollars, Anambra must also have, let me start a subnational saving for the future of our children. And I started saving that money. Some has questioned, oh, you would have used it to do conference hall, you would have used it, Anambra have no standard conference hall, Anambra didn't have this, and I laugh. As at time I was governor, we were doing things that will contribute to development. We're investing in education, we're investing in health. If you come today, we have one of the best educational systems, we had one of the best health facilities, where you have schools of nursing and everything, all either started by me directly or supporting some agencies to start it. I was the first governor to approach Bank of Industry to give on lending to our small businesses. If you go to Cecilia, to Mrs. Oputu, not Cecilia, sorry, Mrs. Oputu, who was then the managing director of Bank of Industry, he will tell you that I met him on a Sunday. She told me she's going to church. I said, Madam, what I'm going to talk to you is about church too. Church is about praying and helping humanity. So I'm coming to you on this Sunday. And when I arrived, I said, Madam, what I want to do is, I want to contribute Anambra money. You contribute Bank of Industry money, and you lend it to small businesses in Anambra State, strictly. They have no Bank of Industry there in Anambra State, the branch. That was how she said, I'm coming to your state to start. This is innovative. We work together. I'm coming to your state to start Bank of Industry branch. That's how it started. And we're going to do this. And I think we invested 2 billion and they brought in their own 2 billion or whatever. I can't remember the real figure now, but that's how it started. Today, most states are doing it and it's working. But I was the first to start it. I was the first to do poverty mapping in Nigeria. I can go on and on. We need managers of our resources. We need people who are not greedy, who do not see money as everything in their life, who do not see money as a measure of their success, who see contributing to humanity as a measure of their success. That's number 2 question. News on ADC, AA stepping down, article stepping down. Let me assure you, when people say I'm defecting to ADC, when people say I'm joining ADC, I don't know I don't know what to say. All of you are in this country. When ADC was launched, I was there. And they said it's us coming together for this coalition. And I said it and I spoke there. I said, I am part of this coalition. I said it there. So why would I join something that we started months ago? Other people are trying to make me a new person. So they'll say, oh, after it was in December that you entered. Let me assure you, I've been part of ADC from inception and contributed, not just from inception. I said all oppositions must come together if we are going to change this country. All of us will come together. It is no longer about the party thing. It is all of us coming together because we are in existential threat where things are collapsing. So all of us, whether you are in PDP, you are in Labour, you are in AMPP, whether you are in whatever action group, whether you are in whatever YP, we need to come together and save this nascent democracy that is collapsing now. We need to come together. So I'm part of ADC. Whether somebody asking question, whether Atiku is stepping down for me, let me tell you one thing. I've always said, Atiku remains a leader I respect. He remains a very senior brother I respect and will always want to work with. I'm not talking about anybody stepping down for me. I'm going into ADC. All of us have agreed to come together to work as a family. And when we get to that family, the most important thing Nigerians should be asking in ADC is, yes, some of us can say we are good. Some people might say, some are not listening. How can you say, me ask that question, how can you say ADC is going to change when this corrupt man is this, when this bad man is with you, when this is a... Let me tell you, the man who wrote most of the sections we read in the Bible today, I'm a Christian, is the man who was the chief prosecutor of Jesus Christ, of the Christianity, and later change. Most important thing I want to see in ADC families, what is it that we're offering Nigerians that is different from what they're getting today? For the sake of power, P2B is not part of it. I want to see a Nigerian where we are offering people better education. We are offering people health facilities where the person in my village can be sick. Where the person in my village can be sick and have a primary health care he can attend. I want us to offer poor people out of poverty. I want us to be investing the resources. I'm looking forward to a productive, progressive Nigeria where things can work for everybody, where people are employed, where young youths are this. This is not ever. We have 130 million people that are living in poverty. I've traveled all over the world, going to different schools. I've traveled all over the world, going to different countries to learn what they did. What we are trying to do, some people have done it better, and I visited them, studied what they are doing. So for me, it is, what are we offering? It's no question of, oh, I'm going in there, somebody will step down for me. I'm going in there to be a member. That's how I'm in there. I'm a member. It is for us to collectively say, Hanko can do this job better. I'm looking for a Nigeria where people will not just be competing for competing's sake. I'm looking for a Nigeria where Ibrahim is better. He can do it. I'm looking for a Nigeria where Aisha, I'm looking for a Nigeria where Bola, anybody is better. And we can say, yes, if we are working with this person, it will be a better person for us to work with. Not a Nigeria where Tanko knows he's not in financial industry. Not in a Nigeria where Peter knows he's not a good manufacturer, but they say they're looking for money for manufacturer loan is now 5%. He goes to borrow it and throw it away. When he knows that a Nigeria where P2B knows he cannot manage money, and he manage money, I, as a bank chairman, have in my life wrote a note to somebody who was very good, a very good, hardworking person. And I wrote in the system where he is, I told them, this man is very good and should be put to be in charge of social and social place, but should not be put where money is. And his organ came years after and told me, you are fantastic. Because he doesn't have the skill to manage money. Whenever he put money in his hand, he mismanages it. But if you leave him where he is, he's doing very well. So I told him, I said, as long as you don't put him where he's in charge of money, he's weak. Because managing money is difficult. It is not easy for people to have money and they won't spend it. It is a very difficult, it's very tempting. It's not, people think it is easy. It is very, 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 very tempting for you to have money and you go about, and I think people who have been around me and see me recommend and say, this man can manage money, this man cannot manage money. Even see me, 2 days ago, I was in Abuja, or 3 days ago, my lawyer, whom I was in his office, offered to buy me something. And I said, what is the price? He told me, I said, no, you can't have it. He said, I'm the one paying. I said, I'm not saying you're not the one paying. Today I was in his house, in his village. I passed through it. I said, I came to greet you. He said, do you know, since that 2 days ago, he's been wondering why he wanted to buy that thing for me. I said, well, maybe I was wrong. I have allergy for money being wrongly spent because some people need it. That's why I can't afford to celebrate when people can't go to school. So I'd rather give that money to school. And luckily for me, he's an old boy of a school doing their celebration very soon. I said, lawyer, go there and buy 2 chairs with that money. That money would have given me to do this something, we'll buy 2 chairs. If all of us buy 2 chairs, so ADC must offer something different. I took time to answer this so that maybe people will not. Somebody said, what do we do in 2023 that we're going to do differently in 2023? Well, it's not for us to elaborate this in space, but we all know that we have to do things differently. And I assure you, we will do it differently. As we go along, we will continue to discuss what we did wrong and what we're going to do differently. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that very detailed explanation and response to the question. So I want to do a follow up, if you allow me, sir. Majority of us, when we first heard about the ADC coalition, we heard that they were meeting for the past 18 months leading to that announcement, and so we felt like all of that meeting, a lot of things will have been finalized, and partly which will be who should emerge as the head of the coalition itself. So some people might call us naive, but we thought that the whole conversation was about you emerging as the head of the ticket. Now, that said, our assumption was that the whole conversation, it was supposed to be an arranged marriage. We come together and we just move on from there. But now it looks like we're now talking about dating and getting to know ourselves all over again. So the question for you, sir, sorry, real quick, the question for you will be, now that you have said that it's ADC, you are in ADC, we're going to work from inside, should obedience go and become members of ADC? Should they register with ADC going forward?
Okay, let me again tell you. When it was announced, they said they have been working for 18 months. That's what you said. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me say it again. From the time this coalition was being finalized and announced, I was part of it. And I said it that day. I was part of it in attending the meeting. I was part of it in whatever contribution they did. So I'm not a new person in it. When you are forming a party, it's like forming a company. We've put the managers there, and I believe the chairman of ADC today is a competent person. And we said we're coming together as parties, as individuals. And our purpose is that the way things are going is wrong. And we want to change. We can't at that time be saying we are coming together to support anybody. No, I don't think that's the way to go. I don't think it's proper. But if we come together and we are working together, we will see, obviously, that A or B or C will be able to do what we want better. If we come into it and we're going to do a major alliance, anything, and we'll come into it and say, oh, this is this, oh, this is this, I don't think it's proper way to do it. It is not the proper way. Let us at all time not look for easy way out. It is not what is required in life. Let us work. Let us prove that this thing, we deserve this, we deserve that. we deserve this, we deserve that. Even when I entered labor, when I joined in labor, labor told me, we have this number of people contesting for election. We have somebody like Patu Tommy, Prof is somebody who is a very, very dear brother, senior elder brother. And Prof is there. When I went in there, I met Prof. We started talking. I started moving around. Prof said to me, we will see what will happen when we went. But in that primary, Prof said, I want to do this, but I want to be the chairman. Let Peter be the managing director. And I can tell you, this is not the first time he's doing it in his life. He's done it in another place where two of us met together, where he said, Peter, you can run around. I've seen you run around with so much energy. Go and do it. If you join, you've seen me write that I'm the youngest chairman of a bank. Let me tell you, the entire board that made me chairman, I was the youngest person in terms of the age and the youngest in entry. There were people sitting on board for 5 years, 6 years, 8 years when I joined them. When they were to elect chairman, the man who nominated me for chairman is still alive today. Major Ramagoro. And when I was looking at them and said, oh, if you don't know, Jaramagoro is Federal Commissioner for Transport, if I'm right, under Gowon. Jaramagoro is Federal Commissioner. They used to have under Gowon. Him and Gowon visited Anambra State, Onitsha, in 1972. Either 71 or 72, when I was still in primary school, and we queued on the road, waving for them, we salute to Jaragowan, head of state, they visited. That was the man who nominated me. And when I went to him and said, sir, you know, I've just been in this board for about 3 years. And all of you have been here 8 years, 6 years, 7 years. I've been less than 3 years. You know what he told me? He said, within that period, Peter, if I show you your contribution to this board, your energy, the way you run around, whenever they say they're looking for a director somewhere, you run there. You run there. You follow these people, go around. This is what the company needs. My brother, let's be part of those who create value, create something. I want to be part of those who will say we change Nigeria. And I assure you, of all the, if we were in Indonesia, there's only 3 people who are qualified to contest presidency today. Ibrahim will tell you, you must have participated in election and have 20% of the vote, or the other way around. And I feel I am very, very qualified. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. That last statement right there, I mean, there is no question in the hearts and minds of everyone on this space and Nigerians altogether that you are more than qualified to run for the president of Nigeria and to steer the ship of state. And we are glad that we're actually living in your time because many of us believe that our country needs a clear sense of direction, something that she clearly lacks at the moment. And we believe that you have everything that it takes to get us to that Nigeria of our dreams. Thank you, Your Excellency. Mercy, I think we should go to the next question now. Do you know who we should go to? The next person is. I don't see any hands. That's why I'm asking. Actually.
Okay.
I have my hands up. I think it's
Yeah,
me.
I see hands from this end.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Maybe it's from my end. All right, sure, great.
we're going to take the questions, and remember, we have a lot of hands. I don't know how we'll be able to, accommodate everybody. So just try to make it really, really quick. So, we're going to start with Ibrahim. You've been here for a while. Are you ready to speak now?
I was here before Ibrahim. I
Very
don't know if you
well.
guys can hear me. I've been here.
It's okay. Everybody's going to speak. So let's just give
Okay. All
Ibrahim.
right. No.
Yes, Ibrahim, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Mine is very quickly. One, I want to thank Mr. Peter Obi. He promised he will never leave us. He promised he will consult with us on anything he's planning. And he believed a lot of us that are here, we want to be part of him. We are like using him to get to where we want to go to all of us. We want a new Nigeria. We scout 2023. We found out what he can do for us, and we all line behind him. We are not going to leave him. And I'm so glad that today, before joining or before making his declaration, he felt it very important for him to have this space with us. I was so elated, so happy, and I feel that this is where we're supposed to belong to. Number two, not only us obedient, he's coming from Southeast, for example, and that we have seen a lot of people joining individually, which not supposed to be that. It's a coalition of people coming together. I think he's doing it. He's changing the direction of politics. I think it's something that we are going to study in the future. And this is what we want. Definitely, if you're coming on board something, you have to bring something new. My question to you, during this time, when we are doing the campaign, talking to us the way you talk to us today, and also when you become president, can this family have the obligation to see you continuously engaging, even if you are drifting to what is our core value, we still come as a family and make sure that at least we don't have the cabals that we used to hear in government, and we don't have those people that take you away from us. That's just my question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ibrahim. So, Barrister Juliet, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you very much. Good evening, Your Excellency, organizers of this space, fellow Nigerians, and their obedience. So, quick one. My question is, Your Excellency, as president, how would your administration strengthen law and order nationwide, while preventing abuse of human rights violations, human rights abuses, political policing? And as a follow-up question to this, if any of this fails, who bears responsibility? The president, governors, or is your security, your national security chiefs? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barrister Juliet. Victor, you have the floor. Victor, are you available or someone else can go?
I think we should take guns ablazing.
Okay.
No, is it Yusuf you're talking to?
No. Victor. It was supposed to be Victor.
All right. Okay, so I'm here. My phone was hanging. Maybe I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, we can.
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 Really appreciate the energy you put in education, which is very, very paramount. I appreciate that. And we are working something out in the state, in Akwa Ibom State, for that. Now, what I am aware of is that in the ADC coalition, the supporters of Atiku, Erufai, and Amechi are bullying the obedient, claiming the party belongs to them and that you are not part of them. And this bully has led to factions across the country, to the point I have to call the Assistant National Organizing Secretary and tell him to call the House into order. Let's sit down on a round table and let these people understand that Obedient, Labour Party, and all other blocs are in this coalition together, and that the coalition doesn't belong to one person. And we have been battling that right here in Akwa Ibom for almost more than a month now. So, Your Excellency, how are you going to handle? Might continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victor. A.O. Yusuf, please. A.O. Yusuf, are you available?
Yeah, sorry, I'm here. Let me hand over the baby to the mother, please. Sorry. Take. All right. Good evening. Good evening, Your Excellency. All protocol observed. My fellow obedience. Quickly, sir. Following your earlier statement on the ADC, sir. If we follow previous traits from previous administrations, we know that vice presidents are made useless most of the time, and executive power lie on the president most times. So I will strongly suggest, sir, and I will strongly say that I would rather support you in the weakest party ever, which we have already shown ourselves to be capable of doing in 2023, than to support you in an alliance that will end up disappointing us. That's by the way. And Your Excellency, sir, this is my submission, my question proper. And I wrote it down, and I'll just read it quickly and wait for your response. Knowing you to be a big proponent of productivity, I personally am so confident in your ability to boost both individual and corporate productivity. I use every opportunity to tell people how they will be self-reliant when you are done with Nigeria. Sir, for the purpose of some people that are still doubting, please give a word to us on how you will effectively affect SMSEs and also how you put your knowledge to work to push Nigeria and Nigerians towards industrialization and from consumption to production. And by the way, my wife and newborn twins send their regards too. Thank you, sir.
You are giving it to babies when you said they are the ones who are working for, they are the ones who are sacrificing for. I will not be able to elaborate in your question, but please do whenever we have opportunity of meeting. I will talk more about the question you asked. Ibrahim, who spoke in this space, traveled to Indonesia with me. I traveled to Indonesia and they saw me visit the Ministry of SMEs. And they saw me take note. And I've done this in about 2-3 countries that have succeeded with their SMEs. I'm coming from SME family, my brother. I started a small business. I can say today that of all those who are contesting to be president, including the president, none of them started the way I started. I've built a small business from scratch. If you want, go ask anybody who was with me in University of Nigeria, Nsukka, as a student of University of Nigeria, Nsukka. You see me say it every day. I built one more branch of Savannah Bank. As a student of University of Nigeria in Nsukka, I owned the supermarket inside the university. And everybody saw me coming to the university, buy car in first year, buy car in second year, and third year, and final year. So I was born, I've been a trader who started a small business and built it into a big business. Institutions where I served as director did not give me directorship. The day you see me, I will show you my profile locally and internationally. I built a successful business. That is by the way. So nobody has this background. So I know what it takes to turn around and support small businesses to grow. I know their impact on the society. I've studied it everywhere. I know how to manage finance. I've served at one time, which if I'm correct, no other person, as a director in 3 financial institutions. When CBN said you can only be a director in 1 because of conflicting interest, I was director in 3 because the 2 largest owners of the other 2 requested CBN that they want me on their board for the purposes of effectiveness. So I'm a finance person. So nobody can say I've run a business from scratch. I've been director in corporations. So I've lived the corporate life. I've also proved the same thing in public life as governor. I've done it in public life. If you go and look for Minister of Finance Aganga, and it is the report, when Nigeria was trying to form and start sovereign wealth fund, go and read the report, which governor supported it. When Okonjo-Iweala was saying they want to start saving for future for this country, read his book, Fighting Corruption is Dangerous, page 61. You will see it. He wrote it there. Governor Peter Obi, who supported it, was not supported by his colleagues. So, and to prove it, I saved. It's only me and President Yaradua who have left money in office without borrowing. He left 5 billion, I left 36 billion plus $150 million. And I can go on and on. So it is not question of hearsay. Whatever I've said to you is what I've done. People in this obedient group and families have traveled with me and everything. Now, you talked about issue of going to be in the smallest party and going to be vice president, going to be... Why can you presume? We are not God. You know, I don't know why Nigerians go into anything with the assumption this is going to happen. Please, I'm begging everybody to understand. None of us can predict tomorrow. Going to everywhere with an open mind. When we entered this coalition, we came with an open mind. That leads me to somebody who said they were being bullied. My brother, I'm being bullied every day. We are not going to solve the problem in Nigeria by bullying. We're going to solve it by having competent people in positions. We're going to stop it by having people who can manage resources where they should be. Today, your country is a country of the highest people in poverty, country with the highest youth unemployment. I can go on and on. We're not going to solve it by going the same route over and over again. Just like I'll tell you, we're not going to achieve what we achieved in 2023 by doing the same thing we did in 2023. No. The process, those who engage in process of yesterday and today, those who are thinking about yesterday and today will meet tomorrow. Tomorrow is dynamic. Otherwise, we'll go back to the time we are using typewriter. We've passed computer. We have now answered this. We are now in AI. In one of my last overseas trip, somebody told me, Peter, do I want him to call a driverless vehicle to take me somewhere? It was me, because of where I'm coming from, who said to him, please, please, I want one, somebody will be driving. Because if I enter one that somebody is not driving, I will be restless until I get, in fact, I may probably will die before I get to where I'm going. Because I'll be imagining a driverless car in Nigeria, because I know the person will not get to his destination. It was me who was saying, please, 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 let me enter one, somebody is driving. Today, people do all sorts of things with AI. We are talking about the future. We cannot. In 2022, I left PDP and went into Labour, and by you people's hard work, not me, we were able to mobilize what we were able to do, won that election, being Nigeria, those who are masters of wrong did what they did. The future will not be the same thing. We are now going to work with other people in coalition to get there. And working with them in coalition will not be this thing. Please, for my friend in Akwa Ibom, let's not fight over it. Let's use the reason. Where they are fighting, where they are bullying you, please talk reason to them. That it is not about fighting, it's not about bullying that can change Akwa Ibom state. Akwa Ibom is supposed to be one of the best states in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world today, for the resources God gave them. It is not going to be solved by bullying. It's going to be solved by all of us coming together, starting from the man who is in charge to down. Somebody asked the question of issue of law and order and who is going to be held responsible. Let me tell you, first, let me talk about who is going to be held responsible. We didn't elect other people. We elected, if it's president, we elected president and vice president. The president or they will be held responsible, not their ministers, not anybody. Issue of law and order. Let me tell you, we need to know what the biggest contributor to the world, Western world GDP. is operating within the rule of law, where they have that intangible assets of rule of law and order can change the dynamics of your country. If I have opportunity of serving this country, we will follow the rules, we will abide by the Constitution, but most importantly, I will fight every 24 hours of the 365 days for unity of the country. If you want to be a country to work, the country must be united. I will fight for unity of our diversity. With the unity of our diversity and productivity, you will change this country. Every part of this country is important. Every part of this country has something to offer. We will respect it. We will go from the vast uncultivated land in the north to all the resources of Niger Delta, which have been misappropriated today without Niger Delta or the country to have anything to show for it. We will change it. We will apologize. We will beg where we need to beg. And I assure you, we will make it work. Somebody said about the issue of cabal. There's nothing called cabal. If you're not cabal yourself, you won't be part of cabal. It's like what I said. If you are not stealing, you cut down the corruption. You need to be stealing for other people to steal. Because you are going to be approving what they will steal. Before they put their own, your own is inside. I've been a governor, and I've challenged people to show me. My chief of staff will ask you, this thing you are bringing for God to approve, are you sure you're correct? Because you know he will verify it. My accountant general will tell you, Oga knows the balance, so when he comes and says, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. So don't tell him anything. When I started saving money, my accountant general, people will say, Oga, people have not done this before. This thing you're doing, somebody will come and eat it. Somebody will tell. I want to live my own life. My commissioner for land will tell me, Oga, why will you go and buy land when we are giving people land here every day? When we have land where you're trying to buy land, look at this massive land in GRA. Look at this massive land in here. I say, Commissioner, leave me to live my life. It's more peaceful to me. So if you're not a cabal, cabal cannot take you over. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Your Excellency. I don't know, host, do you have anything to say, or we should just...
Yeah, I'm just going to bring in some questions. Hi, everyone. Your Excellency, thank you very much. I'm just following back because while we are waiting for people to ask questions, some questions are being dropped in the comment section. Somebody's asking, how do we tackle all the bought over institutions, such as the judiciary, security agencies, traditional rulers, and other institutions? That's one question. Another question says, if it is settled that our principal is now ADC, how do the diasporans key into this in their bases? So those are the two. Then I'm told we can bring in other.
In diaspora, the biggest problem we have with diaspora is that how do we get them to vote? Unfortunately, we can make noise about it, we can shout about it. Unless we have opportunity, we need to make them part of our voting bloc. It is critical, is important. For now, it's about advocacy. Let them continue. I keep saying we were part of this yesterday. We are not trying to join. In fact, if I was joining, we were part of it, I'm surprised that people kept saying, oh, now that we are this. Let them go to my statement on the day ADC was launched. I think I even tweeted on it, where I said, today we did this, we did it. So I don't know why they now keep telling me, oh, now you're about, so they said, oh, it's defecting. So that you will be, oh, Peter Obi was, I said from the day it was launched, I was there physically. And I've campaigned for ADC people. I campaigned for ADC. I've campaigned for Mo, Dr. Mo. I'll give you an example. Dr. Mo was very close to me. When he said he was going to contest the election, the first thing he asked me is, which party? I said, Dr. Mo, we are building coalition in this ADC. That's where you will contest. And I've gone, I don't think even all these people who are saying, oh, these people, or they're saying they're doing this or this, I'm the only one who have gone out to campaign for Dr. Mo. Went to places with him. So why would anybody be saying, I'm trying to join again?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mercy, go ahead.
Okay. I have a question for His Excellency.
Mhm.
So, a very quick question. So, Your Excellency, I've known you to be a man of principles and very consistent, to the point that if I look at what you tweeted or the things you wrote in 2006, 2014, they've always been consistent. So, this brings me to this question. What principle must any political party meet before you deem that party fit to run on its platform? And another question, it's actually the same question, but the second part is, how will you avoid the mistakes of party capture and internal sabotage like the one we experienced in the Labour Party?
There's no way you can avoid what you asked in the second question. It is not possible now. We live, let me be honest with you. What you're seeing in Labour Party and PDP today is caused by government of today. Government of today wants for us to have a democracy that thrives. They should encourage opposition. I've said this several times and people have heard it. I was in Afghan and we were having issue. We were having problem in Afghan. To the extent that as a sitting governor, I would not have been a candidate for my second term. I would have been a candidate. I went to then President Yaradua and told him what was happening. He invited the INEC chairman then. I said to him in front of me, he said, Chairman, I told you I do not want problem in any party. I want this our democracy to thrive. I told you, I complained the day I started that the process through which I came into office was not the best. And I don't want that to happen again. I want elections to be free and fair. Election that brought me into government in second tenure was free and fair. I did not pay. I can go back and tell that Nigeria thrived in my time. In my first election as governor, there was rigging, or there was a wrong announcement. I went to court. That court lasted for about 3 years. I did not give any of the judge 1 naira. 1 naira. They gave judgment in my favor. And they were being hosted. The man who gave them where they are staying, the man who was feeding them, was the serving governor then. Yet they gave judgment against him. 5 of them. Against him. And I didn't do anything to them. I didn't promise them the state treasury. I didn't promise them anything. I was just going to court quietly there and praying. In court of appeal, I didn't know one judge. I didn't give them 1 naira. In fact, the judge that wrote the judgment, or the lead judgment in my court of appeal judgment, I met her 2 years after being governor. She met me at the airport. We're coming back from London. He came and tapped me at the back. And I said, "Good day, madam." He called her name. He said, "I'm happy that you're doing well. I would have felt bad because I always ask of you from my people in there, and I'm happy you're doing well." And she remained a friend without giving her 1 naira. 1 naira. She remained a friend to today. There was a time, to tell you this, there was a time after I've even finished being governor, there was something. Peter Obi separated with his wife. He called me. He said, "What is it I'm hearing? Make sure it doesn't happen, no." I said, "Man, na crazy me self." I said, what I can't say. So I can go on and on. During my impeachment, I did not give the judge 1 naira. Court of appeal judgment, I did not give them 1 naira. During my interpretation case, from lower court to appeal to Supreme Court, I did not give anybody 1 naira. In my second tenure, I did not bribe INEC. I've never met INEC chairman, apart from the time I went to complain. Apart from the time I went to complain that we have problem in our party, and the president invited the INEC chairman. Go ask Iwu. I never visited his office one day. Go ask Jega. I never visited his office one day. Ask Mahmoud, who left now. All throughout this day, I never met Mahmoud one day. I don't meet referees. I come to the match. If we lose, we'll go. If we win, we must build a good Nigeria. So all those things, when people say it, I don't. So it will change. And you said, let me remember I first said, how are we sure that what will a party meet for me to be involved? I'm involved in the party. I will not tell them what they will meet for me to go in. But when I go in, I'll tell them what we are looking for. My dear, I pray to God, do not allow me to be part of those who will fail Nigeria. No, please. I don't want to be part of it. Because people have suffered enough here. Among all these people who are contesting election, not contesting election, and one man who move around every single day. Today I've been to Imo. I've been to part of Abia. I've been to Anambra. At least there's no day I don't go to about 4 or 5 functions. Today I was in 6 functions. And I meet people. I talk to people. I listen to people. Nigerians are suffering. So I want to be part of those who, that's why I said, when we go into ADC, that's when all of us are now that family, people from PDP, people from APC, when all these people come in together, the first question is, what are we going to do differently to change? It's not going to be overnight. To start changing the lives of Nigerians. What are we going to do different? So people will say, okay, maybe these people were once Saul, they have now started becoming Paul by changing the way they do things, what they were doing yesterday. But if it's for us to go, like most people are thinking, oh, this man has stolen this amount, this man owned this house, let me go. Oh, no. That's not the purpose.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So we're going to take the next 4 questions now, I guess. But before we do, allow me to
I
inject this,
thought people
please.
said we are going to be on just so. Tanko told me he wants us to do just 1 hour or thereabout. Okay, go on. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. No, definitely. If I guess, okay, Your Excellency, we of course we do respect your time. I mean, if it's getting
No, I'm okay. I'm fine.
okay. Thank you. You're so gracious. Thank you very much. And this is what I was going to say, ladies and gentlemen listening. I actually thought that each time we get the 4 set of questions, we are gonna have to go over them. But you are keeping track of the questions, and this is amazing. And this is what we're saying: the kind of leader that we want for our country, a man who has demonstrably proven that his mind is sharp, he has a good understanding of knowledge of the problem, and he has preferred practical solutions to those problems. That's what we're talking about. He's alert. He has the precision, his understanding. He keeps track. He's engaging with the people. He has empathy. I mean, that's exactly the kind of leadership that we need in our country at this time. Thank you so We're talking about camaraderie, working together, and within the ADC. But please also kindly let them understand that it doesn't help that cause when the talking heads of ADC go on national TV to almost sound like they are undermining another candidate or another member of the party. I am not going to mention any name specifically, but I believe everyone knows what I'm talking about. So it does not help in the spirit of working together that we have talking heads who go on national TV, and when they ask them questions about you, about your candidacy, about your decisions, and then the next thing is they take that as an opportunity to lampoon, to
Let,
just
let,
say
let,
things
let,
that
me-
sort of tacitly undermine.
let me cut it short.
Yes, sir.
Let me cut it short.
Please.
Those
Of course.
things don't bother me. Peter Obi is a small person when it comes to the millions of Nigerians that are suffering. And I can tell you, some of those who talk actually have people around them that suffered more than people around me. I have nothing, absolutely nothing to gain in this exercise other than to help to build a better Nigeria. I've said it, and I'm happy those who know me can say it. Getting into politics made me a poorer person. To those who know my business, I've shown it all over the world. And any of you who meets me, I carry myself in my bag. If you meet me anywhere, ask me, Peter, show me a proof who you were before. And that proof is there. I was chairman of a bank in my 30, 40 for my own investment. Not that there's somebody appointed me. All those banks that said I served, 3 of them, I was a major shareholder by my own investment. One of the agencies here invited me, and I showed him the That's how I bought my house in the UK. I bought my first house in 1987. And I showed him where I live, that I bought it in 1996. And I showed him the check I used to pay for it. And how much it cost them. So, for me, I have nothing to lose. I have nobody to impress. I'm not in this business so I can be able to build a house in Abuja. Bala is a governor today. You can tell you that in front of him, he was told to give me land in Abuja. I said, I'm not looking for land. I don't believe in people owning houses all over the place. I said it with that number. The only house Peter Obi owned that is his own is in Onitsha. If anybody sees any house anywhere belonging to Peter Obi, you confiscate it. I live in Onitsha. That's where I am now. And if you come to that Onitsha, for those who have been there, they will see where I live. That is a big house built by my dear wife. But where I live is just a one-bedroom apartment beside the house. That's where my things are. That's where I live. And I'm comfortable in it. If I finish this thing with you now, I go and make my tea, my night tea, drink and sleep. And I wake up tomorrow, 5 a.m., do my sports, clean my place, and go away. It is people. So when I see people talking in TV, calling you name, calling you this, doing this, I've lived their life. Most of them will never leave. I want us to build a country. I want in the next 20, 30 years, somebody says, I'm a Nigerian. By then, I might not be there. But somebody says, I want my children to say, I'm a Nigerian, and I'm happy to be a Nigerian. I want people to go to Medugri, where I used to go as a bank director, chairman, to have this thing. I want us to go to board meeting in Jos and go to Hilltop and have a seminar where we go for a treat. We don't go to Jos again. I want to go to Kanu and say I'm visiting my customers. They were visiting their customers in Sharadan 1, Sharadan 2, or Bompai. I want people to go to Kaduna Trade Fair and book it for 2 years and try to get accommodation where that is important. These are things that I want to see in Nigeria. When we are going to Benin, not thinking, how am I going to cross to Benin? I used to drive all over this country. People don't do it now. It is impossible. That's what should concern us. Not what people are saying in TV. Those people who are saying, what have they done in their life? I have proved that these things can be done and done well. I've said it and I challenge anybody. Show me, even in church, where a thief has seen what he will steal and not take it. Why didn't any other person leave $1? I left $150 million. I didn't say 1 million, $150 million. If that money is there with interest, it was yielding, by now it would have yielded certain amount of people won't believe. One of the banks that gave $50 million was Diamond Bank, where Lexoti used to be. I wrote about it. Why didn't other people? And I was number 26 or 27 in rank of receiving money. So let me not be arguing with people who have not shown anything and all that. I'm not done. If you call Peter Obi or call Peter Obi, it's not my business. If calling me idiot will make Nigeria better, please change my name to Peter Idiot. Let Nigeria be good. What is important? Let's change the country. Let it work. If you don't be fool, if you're going to change me to become Peter Fool, and it will be all right, I'll change it tomorrow. I go to court and answer Peter Fool. But let the country work. These are things they are using to divide us. I want to see Nigeria work as Nigerians. I worked with people from all over this country. None of you have said I've treated him differently because it's another part of the country. Never. I've never done so. I go to the north, I sit down with Almajiri children because they are children of Nigeria. I come to the south, I sit down with children of the poor because they are Nigerians. I go to everywhere, I relate to everybody. I told you that when I went to look for an ADC, I asked an IG of this country, I want you to give me a very good ADC. He told me, say, the boy I will give you that is good is a Muslim. You a Christian, you want somebody from your place. And now that I say, IG, I want you to give me a very good person to work with. I didn't come here ask you that I'm looking for a pastor. He gave me a very sound, good person from Kano. We work together. Till today, we are brothers. Today, we are brothers. We still talk. If I need anything, I will tell him. If he wants something, he will call me. I met such people in the bank. I met them everywhere. And I still work with them. I still work with them as a family. So when people now come and tell me, oh, Peter, you want this. Oh, Peter, this. These are people who live off the division. I've never spoken. If any of you will ever say, I've spoken to him and talked about the state or the greatery or tried to show I'm from this place, let me know. It has never happened. Unfortunately, because of who I am, not being experienced in politics of division, politics of sabotage, politics of blackmail, they work with anybody or do anything without dealing with their own people. But I have proof. And that proof I'm showing you that as governor, my ADC is from Kano. That proof I can show you that as a banker, people who were around me were Kano, Kaduna, all these places, Kogi, and all that. That I can prove that my wife is from Akwa Ibom. That I can prove, I can go on and on. But people who are doing the other way around are the ones who are giving you excuse.
Okay.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Shay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And appreciate the fact. And it's a breath of fresh air to hear these submissions from you. We'll just try to get some people in. I know that's your time, you're pressed for time, but permit us because it's once in a while that we are blessed with this opportunity, and a lot of people here, their year will be made if they have this opportunity. So let's go with guns ablaze. That is Biloc. You go first. I'll just pick the queue. Just your 1 minute after you, Biloc. I will bring in Inem, and after Inem, I'll bring in Honorable Prince, and after Honorable Prince, I will bring in Koladi. Let's go in that order.
Thank you very much, host Tudo and Revolutionary. I don't know the rest of the word. And thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, and everyone in the speaker session and the listeners. You know, we already, most of us, majority of us have faith in your capacity to do what only you know how to do. And we know you have a team around you, right? So a lot of the things that you're sharing with us, we already know, we believe in your capacity. My question to you is, I haven't heard any question about insecurity, for instance, because it has worsened over time since the last election. I would like to hear your thoughts on that. And also, what will be your posturing coming into the 20, let's say you become a candidate for presidency, because you haven't actually decided if you're one or not. You're coming in as a candidate in 2027. What would be your posturing? Understanding that the people that are currently in the government right now are not, for lack of better words, and not trying to be disrespectful, they're not easy to deal with. So this is my question to you, because we already know what your capacity is and what you are capable of doing. We believe in that. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity.
If
All right.
I'm correct, I heard you talk
Your
about.
Excellency,
Okay, sir.
Your Excellency. So what we want
Okay.
to do is to take the
Yes, but
four questions back.
please, I'll be happy if you keep the questions for me because at times, uh,
Okay.
something lose track of the
Okay.
question.
Okay, I understand. So we'll just keep track of them. So that was the first one. We'll take three more, and then so that way you can tackle all of them at once. So Inem, please go ahead after you call a day. And I think he had mentioned, was it Chris you mentioned? Sheikh, please help me. I think you mentioned one more person. But anyway, Inem, welcome. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, the Obedient Update. Thank you, Tido, and thank you, the Revolutionary EU. Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. I'm grateful for this opportunity to ask this question. I go straight to my question. I want to ask, as we approach 2026, what is your advice on the proposed tax bill affecting Nigerians most vulnerable? Could this be another measure that makes life harder for everyday Nigerians? In a truly accountable government, how should taxes function to strengthen the economy? Sir, give us 5 key tenets for us to abide with in view of nation building as obedient and well-meaning Nigerians. I appreciate your continued role as a beacon of hope. Personally, I thank you. Thank you, sir, and God bless you with perfect health as always. I yield.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Kolade, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. And I greet everyone. Thank you, Your Excellency, sir. So, straight to the question. Knowing fully well that you give millions of Nigeria your word, and I can quote dates, June 30th, you said to the whole world that come 2027, you will be on the ballot. And you repeated this multiple times thereafter. Should we still hold on to this word, or we should, discard it? That's my question.
All right. And then we'll take just one more. I believe Chris was the person that he had mentioned. So let's take Chris. Chris, are you there? Chris. All right, Chris is not there. Let's take
Oh, no, I'm here.
Prinzilla.
I'm here. I was just far away from
Okay.
my phone, and I wasn't sure it was
All
me,
right.
but I'll take it. I'll take it. Um.
All right, go right ahead.
All right. Thanks, mate. Hello, everybody. Hello, His Excellency. And good to have you here again. So I'll try and be fast. Um, in 2023, right? Um, I like millions of other Nigerians. I'm sure we decided to give the presidency a shot through your candidacy, and that was because your resume was out of this world, right? And for most of us, we will not allow our 80-year-old parents, take the wheels while we sit in the passenger seat, right? That on the side. And a few months ago, you told us that you would only be part of a coalition that is for the people. Given by what you've said so far today, are you telling us, in other words, that the coalition is not truly for the people? Or are you, like most
Come
ordinary
again.
Nigerians,
Come again. Come again. He said I will be truly come again.
Yeah. So this is my question. From what all you said today, a few months ago you told us that you would only be part of a coalition if that coalition is truly for the people. That was what you said. In other words, so my question is, going by what you said so far today, are you in other words telling us that the coalition as it is in its current setup, are you saying, in other words, that the coalition is now for the people? Or, like me, and I'm sure like numerous other Nigerians, are you concerned that we still have people in this coalition who are for their own interest and their interest alone? Because, sir, I know you are busy with other things. You might not spend the amount of time that we spend here on this TL, the amount or the barrage of I'm trying to look for the best of trying to be modest here. Um, Maybe I could dare say insults. I know you don't care what people call you. You don't care if people call you names. And people who know me here know I don't mince words. Someone like Amici was on his space throwing shots at you, sir. And we were here on this space, on this street, cleaning up, mopping up. Sir, are you like me concerned that the coalition, right, could still be made up of people who are for their own interest alone and not for the Nigerian people? In other words, are we walking into a trap? Sir, that is my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I think that last. So let's just rehash all the questions, Your Excellency. I think that last question ties to the first one. Integrity, your integrity, we all know, and then those that you're working with in the coalition, the insecurity in the
Let me,
country,
let me
and
go back again. Since it's
okay,
two of them time. Mm-hmm.
okay,
Coalition,
yes, sir.
please say it again. I will only be part
Oh, so okay, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think we're having a little.
I
Go
will
ahead. We
only
can hear
be
you.
part of a coalition or a government that will serve the people and change the narrative of Nigeria. And I pray for it because I'm not God. God, do not allow me to be part of those who want power for the sake of power or for their own interests. When I started in Anambra State, Victor May is a witness to this. And I said to people, if I'm here for myself or I do anything wrong, or I take Anambra State money I'm not entitled to, that God should punish me. People say, oh, what is this talking? Leave it. When he goes now, you see everything I stolen. When I say to people, any day you see me take Anambra State land, they say, oh, guy, you are just 3 months. That's what people say in 3 months. When you go now, everybody will see all the land allocated to you. I started and completed 3 estates. One was in vogue when I came. Before I came in, called Ngozika. They have Ngozika phase 2. I think they have phase 3 now or what. And so many other estates. Go ask developers. Is there anything, any land that P2B has in them? My commissioner for land is a senior advocate of Nigeria today. He gave me a beautiful piece of land, which was 2,400 square meters. Within the first 1 year, let me call 1 year because I think it's within 6 months of being governor, my head of service, Ngozi Melifong, I'm calling name, brought a civil servant who was retired as a director and said, He wants me to greet her and say thank you to her. Now, this is the best civil servant ever produced by this state. And she's retiring today. It was a coincidence. The commissioner had just come to me in the morning, showed me this land. By afternoon, head of service brought this woman to tell me this story. When the woman walked in, I greeted her. I said, Madam, you're retiring. Thank you for your great work. Thank you for the appreciation. Where are you going to go now? He said she's going to go to her village. I said, you don't have a house in Oka. You don't have land in Oka. He said, where is he going to get this? I called the commissioner. He came. I said, Commissioner, see the woman that is entitled to land. Please, can you take down my land and give this woman? So we can build a country. This woman has worked for 35 years. He doesn't have land. And you're giving somebody who is less than 1 year. I can call names of everybody involved. The commissioner is there. He might even be listening to me. That's how that land was divided into two. One given to her, one given to another civil servant. So it's not something you go back to. My brother and sisters, I want us to build a country. Leave the abuse. If you see anybody who abused Peter, if they show you hatred, show them love. Let's have unity in this country. If they call you bad name, call them good name. It is not going to kill you. I meet people who insult me every day. Just tell them you're sorry. Don't abuse them back. Yes, you don't get anything from abusing them back. That's the life they know. Show them that you know another type of life. Don't abuse them back. Don't do anything to them. That's all I can tell you. There's a man, there's somebody who worked for Lagos state government, for Fashola's government. She might be listening to what I'm saying now, or can be used as an example. She works with a law firm. We are coming back on British Airways years back. I'm a serving governor. The entire toilet was messed up. She opened that toilet to use it. It was messed up. She walked away. I went in there and she came back. The entire place was cleaned. She didn't even tell me. But he told a minister and told somebody else where she works in the office. Said, I can't believe this. The people called me and said, I cleaned it because maybe I will be the next person that will go back there to use it. When you see things that are wrong, clean it. People have come to my house, see me every day. I don't live without help. Everybody knows. I clean my house. It doesn't cost you anything. Let us stop all this fake life that is ruining the country. Where people think, if somebody says you're an idiot, he has broken your head. I've told you my life and everything, and I'm open to it. There's nothing that you cannot do. It is important. Let us live a life where we care for each other. Don't look at what people call you. Don't fake yourself. Don't pretend. What I'm doing today is not pretense. I said it before. Before I became governor, go and ask them in the bank. I was going around wherever there's a problem, I will go there. I was traveling all over the world where there's crisis, joining Red Cross, joining everybody. When I was governor, I said it. I went to Jonathan and said, they have earthquake in Haiti. Go ask Nigerian ambassador to the Caribbean. Then he saw me arrive there with my son. My son had been teaching in Sri Lanka. in Cambodia, in different places. He saw me arrive Haiti with my son, coming to help them. We lived in the camp with everybody. Nigerian police people who were there then saw me in the same camp, and I was a serving governor. And the camp was an open place where everybody was sleeping in ball. So these things are not things you fake. They are not things you change. I see some people who now change, they carry their bag and do it. They can't do it consistent because it's not their life. They can't live it. I was 50 when I was governor. At the end of my governorship, people came and everything. And I've proved this over and over and over again. So it's not a question of ABCD. Peter didn't do this or Peter did this. No. I'm not trying to learn any today. I'm saying, I've talked to you about my university days. I can tell you about my secondary school days in CKC. After I tell you anything, I told you my joy today. I want to celebrate someone who had built a farm that is celebrated. I want to honor a family of a man who died doing this. I want a traditional who is 100 years, who are top value. I want to see my principal. That was where I ended my day, apart from one other two issues. In fact, today, I want to celebrate 3 persons that were 90 years, and one that was 100, and one that, all those things that I did, there was no impact in terms of this. I would have gone to where people were eating choice fish, drinking choice wine, and everything, which I have the opportunity. But I didn't go there. I don't call anybody name. You see people who said Peter is non-entity. Peter is a non-starter. Peter is not qualified to be president. Peter is deceiving people. Okay. Don't call them name. That's not where we are. Just pray for them. Pray for the society.
All right. Thank you so very much, Your Excellency. We appreciate you, and we're also mindful as we do this of your time.
Somebody talks about tax issue. Let me say it again.
I was going to bring that to your attention. So the last two, sir, real quick. The taxes and you pledging.
Follow me. No Nigerian have talked about tax the way I've talked about it. Go and read my tweets from 2023 to today. Tax is a function of productivity. The more productive you are, the more you create opportunities. The more productive you are, the more you create opportunities in terms of corporation tax, in terms of individual tax. Supported say means you generate tax. It's a simple thing. You cannot tax poverty. You worsen it. You have people who, over 130 million people living in poverty. You have 80 million young people looking for a job. They cannot pay you tax. Tax is like a bank account. You have to put something before you do withdrawal. Those people must first create opportunity for them. You must support them to thrive. Then you can tax them. Any attempt to do it the other way around, you're throwing more and more people and corporations into poverty. It's not something I can elaborate to you this night. Somebody talking about issue of being in ballot. Let me say it again. P2B will be in ballot in 2027. But remember what I said. I need your support. I need your prayers. I'm not going to be there by you people quarreling with people I'm not going to be there by you calling people name. If you know any day I did space, anywhere you see me doing interview and calling people name, please correct me. I'm ready to take it and correct it back. I've never called anybody name. I've never given an example that is false. Ask people around me. When you call this and I say, I'm not saying maybe I did by mistake. So if you see it, correct me. You never see me come here. I come on this space and say, I am the best candidate. And I said to you, go and ask our background, ask about anything. I believe in competition. Let's evaluate who we are, what was done in our life, private, public, everything. And everything I do, I've proven it. In all my trading days, locally and internationally, I've never defaulted from my suppliers' credit. I have never defaulted from bank credit. At the time I was trading, I was one of the highest debtors, borrowers from banks. I was getting credit everywhere. I was a creditor. I can show you how much credit banks in the UK were giving me, suppliers were giving me. I can call all those companies from Heinz to Speakland, Decamp, to everyone. None of them have I defaulted in their credit. No individual will ever say I've taken his money. I did not pay him. Or we agreed in something and I came back the next day and changed it. Without agreement, without anything. People I spoke to yesterday and promised something. If I can't do it, I plead with them. If I take money from somebody, if I cannot, I tell the person with politeness, kindness, and plead. This thing I said I'll bring on Monday, please, I'll bring it on Tuesday. Nobody will ever say P2B have taken his thing and did not bring it back. Nobody have said P2B has stolen his thing. Anybody who is telling you maybe is in a dream. I have not. I don't live a complicated life. Anything I tell you is the way it is. I might have made a mistake somewhere because I'm a human being. But I've been consistent as much as I can. Everybody knows who I am. I'm married, I have 2 kids. I don't have any other one. And I can say it. And I live my life. I can tell you the cost of my living on a daily basis. But I can tell you schools where I will go in the next 1 month. I can tell you where I visited. Traveled past all the bad roads, including today. Somebody said to me, we cannot pass through this road. I said, why? He said it's bad. I said, that's the way I want to pass through it. So I'll see how bad it is.
All right. Your Excellency, quick follow up. And let's just give something for the headlines tomorrow morning. You are going to be on the ballot come 2027. Is it safe to assume as a presidential candidate?
My dear, I don't know why you people talk this thing. Let me ask you a question. Do you know me in 2018 or 19? I asked you a question. Do you know me in 2018 or 19?
I have heard about you, but not to the extent that I do now, sir.
Okay, let me ask you a question. So I'm flying to all over the world to learn how they govern in order to be vice. You know, when people go this thing, I'm not to God. I'm going all over the world. I said, Ibrahim followed me with Dr. Mo to Indonesia, and I spent 1 week or 10 days, even going outside Jakarta to go and see the president. Do you visit president to learn how to be vice? My brother, good night. Let us not, I said, I'm not to God. I might not even be alive in 2027. Are you aware? The best, the runner, the best, one of the best candidates in Brazil died in a chopper. He died in a copter flying around. I'm happy to God that I'm alive. If I tell you the things that I counter, you will not believe it. Every single day. Do you know how many times I want to travel out of this country and I'm not allowed to travel? So please, let us go without the same Nigerian easiness. Nigerians don't want to work. They just assume P2B is contesting for the office of the president. I am not God. God knows tomorrow. And that's all I can say. God knows tomorrow. And I'm doing so in the most decent manner. And I said yesterday, I said tomorrow, I am most qualified. And I committed to it. And I tell anybody, I will change this country. Because I've seen the experience. I studied it. I followed it. And you will see it in days to come. That's how I work. I have the capacity, have the competence, the compassion and commitment to do the right thing. And I've done it somewhere. Anybody can. So it's not for me to get up every morning where people say, oh, he did not build school. Oh, he did not he did not, in fact, he was useless. He did not, this thing, he didn't build school. He didn't build hospital. He didn't build this. My brother, I live in Onitsha. In the state where I governed, I don't have a house outside the state I governed. And I go out in the street. I've challenged anybody, come and see me go out in the street here. And see women selling bread, saying, Oga Peter, take bread free. You're a good man. See Baba, come to my house, barb my head, say, Oga, you won't pay. Oh. How can you pay? You are working for us. It's me who will be begging, no, take your money. I want you to do this. People are giving you things everywhere. I went to supermarket 3 days ago. You must have seen it in social media. 3 people offered to pay for my reason. We were arguing. 3 people. This one said, no, I will pay. This one, I said, please, I'm going to pay. They said, okay, if we don't pay here, it's just you don't like us. And I'm no longer in office, so over 10 years after leaving office, people buy me diesel. People say, come and take diesel. I go to filling station and say, we don't have anything in our generator. With this, somebody say, no, Peter. Anytime you want diesel, come here and take it free. I can go on and on. I can go on and on. I've come to the airport to do this flight. My flight is gone. And they say, oh, it will cost this more. Somebody said, I bought the ticket. Please go. On and on. People say, oh, hey, Peter, how can you be traveling this class to London? Let me upgrade you. I'm going to pay. I say, okay, I beg. This plane will land All of us will come out of it. Let's just go. Go to your school. Do this, do this, do this, do this, and everything. Use it to do this in your place. Please. So if I come out and said, "Oh, if it was me that, if it's me who had the Peter Obi's vote in 2003, I'll scatter the place." Abba, why would you scatter it? Because somebody did something wrong. No. Oh, if I was this thing, oh, I had the capacity to kill everybody in the country. Oh, I have this. No, that's not what we are looking for. We are looking for the competence to listen to that young person who is crying, study his need and do it properly. The people I've studied all over the world, I've met all over the world. Whenever I do, I get people who have traveled with me, see me go to places and listen to what they were able to do. Tanko traveled with me to Rwanda. He saw me meet people in Rwanda. He's on this space. He saw me meet president in Rwanda. Saw me meet this. I didn't go there quarterly. I went there to learn. Everywhere I've been, I went to learn. When I went to Egypt, they started calling me name. Later, they sent people to Egypt. I wasn't sending anybody. I go there and took copious notes. Why did this country do this? Why did this country do this? Why was this happening? That's what makes a leader. I've been to schools. All these things I'm learning. One thing I can tell you is that unless as a country we have what is called unity, love of each other, and work hard for a better Nigeria for everybody, we will all be consumed in our hatred, in our arrogance, in our rascality, in bad behavior. We are normalizing the wrong things. We must stop it. I
Okay.
wish people.
Uh, Your Excellency, I must actually thank you for being here with us at this time. But if it's something, this is Christmas, like I said, and so many people, this would be like their Christmas gift to just say a thing in the space where His Excellency is. If you still have a little more time, we could just take people like blanket up to 10 persons, and then they make it really short, and you just, chip in what you have to chip in, and then we begin to round off for the night. I don't know if it's something that is possible, sir.
Because people are where nobody can still travel. Me, I still have to drive for this night for another, how long? For another 1 hour somewhere. Okay, no, gone. Gone,
Okay.
we'll drive. We'll
Oh,
go
thank
there.
you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. So if you come up on the speaker session, please just 30 seconds is enough. Just say what you have to say so that we would begin to round off for the night. It's been a really wonderful time with His Excellency out here. So I'm just gonna start with Ogaranya, and after Ogaranya, Ijoma, after Ijoma, Abola, then we take Dr. Ken Pella. Please, let's just make it really, really short. Thank you. Ogaranya, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. Good evening, Your Excellency. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for your time. I'm joining from Anambra State, your home state. I'm glad you're in Onitsha. Well, Your Excellency, we see all you've been doing, and I want to go quickly back to what happened in the last election in Anambra State. You supported George Moralu, whom we all worked towards his election. He also supported the ADC candidate in the by-election for Onitsha. However, we all know the outcome of those elections and the performance of both parties in those elections. Now, it's obvious now you're in ADC. Um, you've confirmed that. So, I want to ask, Your Excellency, this is your home state. How do you intend to improve the electoral fortunes of the ADC in Anambra State? Because we believe that,
My
I believe.
let's not waste time on this issue. I'll be on the ballot. When
Yeah,
I'm on
sure.
the ballot, different thing. Just wait and see me do the campaigns the way campaigns are done. All those campaigns were not done the way I do campaigns.
Okay.
If
Thank you,
you
Your
in
Excellency.
Anambra State and know me, if you live in Anambra State and know me, if you have followed me for campaign, you wouldn't even ask that question.
Your
When I do
Excellency,
things,
Your
when I,
Excellency, I've been with you since your first election.
yes, then what you should have known me. I do things with thorough. If you were with me in the first election, I was the first candidate in this state to visit every single community, 180 of them. And as governor, I visited every single community at least 3 times. Remember, my wife visits every single community every year. And I slept in to the 21 local government. Have you ever had governors sleeping in their local government? I went to every local government. In Aya Melum is our father's local government. I went there and slept. I slept in somebody's house. Every local government. In Aya Melum, I slept in Paul Odenibo's house. In Obaru, I'm telling you, in the father's government, I slept in, let me remember the name, the man I slept in his house in Obaru. I go to people's house and sleep. Which governor did it? When I want to do my own thing, I don't campaign. When I support somebody, I support the person as the person wish. When it's me, I do it the way I think it has to be done and done well. So you must differentiate the two of them. It's like I support people's business, but I can tell you today, I'm a trader. I trade very well and I make profit because I do it the way it's supposed to be done. That's how I work. It's two different things. Even Victor May will tell you that. So you can ask Victor May what is happening. He will tell you. So it is important. What I'm doing now is that we are rethinking and redefining Nigeria. That should be our top priority. If these things, what we are doing is let's rethink, let's unify Nigeria and make it work. It's about Nigeria. And you know what I always say? Let us forget yesterday. Leave how I'm going to improve fortunes. Allow, you see, we're going to questions about what should be. You've seen me, I'm not a lazy man. I've never worked in a lazy environment. Everything I've done when I was governor, do you know what it means for governor to visit 500 and something secondary schools and over nearly 1,000 primary schools physically? Do you ever see I send somebody to any secondary school? I visited them as the sitting governor. Who has done that? Is it for somebody to start saying what he did? I visited them physically. The young girls and boys saw me there. If you meet them today, say, you came to our school when I was there. You came to our school when I was there. So when I do my own things, I do it on my own terms. When I ran the last campaign, I was everywhere. If you go to a place like Edo, I was in in Uromi. I was in there, we are able with them. Then
Oh, thank
everywhere I did not go. I went to Southern Boronu. I went to Southern Gombe. Nobody have ever gone to campaign in all these places. I was in everywhere. People have never dared go before to campaign. IDP camps, everything. So when you want to do, you compare me with me. Don't start telling me, oh, you, do you know how many people are supported for business who ate their capital? There's so many people have supported for business. They failed within 1 year. Even giving them the money to support their business, if they go and take their capital and follow woman, will I go and say they've done this thing? They get their capital. So many people have supported for business failed. But that doesn't mean you will not say, oh, Peter, because of it, you failed. I didn't fail. I've given people money to go and do business. They marry second or third wife. Even have children outside their homes. When me, we supporting them, I've not done that type of life. Will I go, am I this thing? I'm not a manager of other people's fortune. And I'm not God who created them, who said their own. Just like I told you here now, I cannot say God will. I supported and I still will do it tomorrow, ADC candidates. Today, I advise somebody like Dr. Mo, do this. And the young man is doing a lot of hard work. And I wish there is hard work whoever I support and this is and everything. No. And okay, like the ADC person you talked, I didn't support that ADC woman. I only came to her place a day before the election. A day, one single day before the election. I met her on Friday, election was on, or Thursday, election was the next day. I wouldn't know who they've gone to see, what they've done, what they didn't do. And people say, oh, Peter Obi campaigned everywhere for her, and all that. And George, for example, went to 3 places. And I always tell people, I support George, I believe in him, but I am not George. It's George who is running that campaign. It's George that you have to hold responsible. It is not me. I did not go to more than 5 campaigns or 5 places with George. So when people say, they said, oh, this is this. No. I supported presidential candidates who did not go around the whole states of Nigeria. Presidential candidate, oh. For me, as presidential candidate, went to state where I visited. In a particular state, I went to 7 places. In a particular state, 7 places, 7. That's how I want to run my own campaign. So when you now go and say, oh, how you're going to increase the fortunes of this place, leave it. Different thing. What we are saying now is, how do we rethink Nigeria? How do we reposition Nigeria? It has nothing to do with, if we do this, and Tanko decides he can do it better, and we can trust Tanko, let's vote Tanko. Peter is not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. But I keep saying, of all those that I know today, I am qualified. I put it into context. I say it without anything. What we are looking for is those that will manage our resources, those that will save our money and use it for good. And are proving it in private, in public, in corporations, everywhere. Don't think I started saving money. I was chairman of a bank. The bank wrote to me a letter. We are going to buy you this so and so vehicle. As chairman, I said no. I want to be your chairman. Go ask whether they bought me tire. Tire. My first year as governor, my first 4 years as governor of Anambra State, go ask anybody, you're from Anambra, did you see me buy Jeep? No. First 4 years I drove 406 because I needed to have vehicles for the judges of Anambra State. I needed to have vehicle for permanent secretaries in Anambra State. Nobody have ever bought permanent secretaries a vehicle when I bought vehicle for them. Nobody have ever bought directors in our civil service. Our magistrates never saw car. They were using Okada. For me to buy their vehicles, I used 406 with them. With them. So these are not things. And there are things I'm telling you. I'm speaking to you from Anambra State. When you finish that, I'm going to drive to about 30 kilometers or 40 to get to the village where I'm going. I'm not quarreling with it because I believe in it, because I live that type of life. So it's not fake.
Okay. So, thank you. Oh, His Excellency, we really appreciate the commitment to this task. And like you mentioned, you are not putting in all this effort. You are not going around the world learning from various institutions, from various presidents to be advised. And that is something that we all know that on that ballot, you will be there.
No, I'm not God. Oh. I'm not creating. Remember what I said? I said I'll be on the ballot. That everybody who goes to a competition goes there to win. But Nigerians
Exactly.
wants to do it arrogantly. I mean, all these people we won in Morocco, didn't they come to win? Did Tunisia come to lose against us? They came to
Exactly.
win. We came to win. But God knows who will win that day. And it's a competition. But Nigerians want to say, oh, it must be me, or call the other person's name. The Tunisia didn't insult by insulting Nigerians. Nigerians didn't insult. It's a 90-minute game. Let us go and walk. That's why they are talking about bullying. Bullying is because people, Nigerians like easy life. And then they'll come back and say, oh, it's Peter who wants easy life. I don't want easy life. I've never lived one. And I'll never live one tomorrow. I like work. Let us walk. If we walk and God says Peter will not be, I'm happy. Who among people who have contested the election have been able to do what I'm doing in the past 4 years, where you won an election, they deprived you, and yet you're going around preaching peace and hope without calling anybody name, when everybody's calling you name. I wish all of you the best of the new year. Let's continue in the new year. Unless,
Oh, thank you so
unless you
much,
want,
sir.
unless you want that, somebody said, unless
Um,
you want somebody who said, unless somebody was talking about people who, he said, that he wants somebody to make comment on this and that. So let's have one person make the final comment.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Excellency, for staying thus far with us. I really understand that you really have to go now. So we're just taking the last person, and that will be all for the night. Abdullahi, if you have anything to say, just do it in 20 seconds. If not, I think the host should just wrap up the space because His Excellency really needs to be out right now. Abdullahi.
Yeah, good evening, Your Excellency. My input is simple and short. There were a lot of views or news that fly on board before the last election, as in during your tenure, some people were being asked to either go to their various states. I need a little clarity on that. That's one. Then, two, and finally, I know you are not desperate, but your followers are deliberate, and we expect our leader to also be deliberate. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I like you. My brother, I like your statement. I'm deliberate, but not desperate. Desperation is a totally different language from deliberate. That's why I work hard. You know, I've said it before when people said my people were asked to go to their state. They even said I gave some people a ID card. I'm sure you heard that one as well.
Correct.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes,
In my
sir.
8 years, all my commissioners of police were from the north. I never had a police commissioner, to the best of my knowledge. When I started, I had a police commissioner, I think, from Imo State. Apart from that, when he left, one Mr. Oliver, for my 8 years in office, all my commissioners of police were from the north. In fact, I always boast of them. Everybody who came to be my commissioner ended up being minimum IG. Sorry, AIG, and they were from the north. Two came from Kanu. One was from Taraba. The other one was from Adamawa. The Adamawa one, Lema, became DIG. Taraba, late John Haruna became this DIG. The one from Kanu became DIG. None of them were from South. My ODC, I told you at the beginning, is from Kanu. So how can they be there and I'm asking their people to go? Who will ask them that message? The commander of military, when I was there, asked him, is General Enenche, who you see now, was in charge of the army when I started here. I was the first person to ask police to come. I will give you money direct. I reviewed the police station, police headquarters in Anambra State, gave them money, gave army money, build the army barracks, start the road inside there. You can go out. All these people came from the north. So where can everything one person who was asked to leave? You know, I told you that because I was naive, those who were master riggers, those who were master who live on our differences, on our disunity, those who were master tribalists, those who were master religious bigots, because they know the criminality better than me, first labeled me because they know it better than me. So the first labeled me that is a religious bigot, is this and everything. I've lived with me now for 4 years. It is for you to go and assess who is a tribalist, who is a religious bigot, who is a rigger, who is a criminal. not known me. You've not searched me. They've not put all sort of everything around me to know who I am and everything. They've not sent their people to walk around me. All sorts of things they want to label. They're not seen anything.
Thank you very much for this clarity, Your Excellency.
I have never
We hope to see you on the ballot.
seen or known anybody in the past 2 years. In the past 1 year, I've recommended 2 people to a position that I consider very serious. Both of them were from the north. Because I know what the problem of the north. I've always said it. The problem of the north requires a surgical support to fighting poverty. I know the problem of Nigeria. We will solve it together. I'm not going to do it alone. Every other presidential candidate is qualified by the law, by everything. I, Peter, have put in a lot of effort. I know that I've moved around, whether it's in Kwara, whether it's in anything, and there's a lot we can do to build a better Nigeria. And I wish everyone and each of you the blessings of God to have opportunity of being part of this better Nigeria we're talking about every single day. Let us work as a family. Let us live and show that together we can change this place. Not that it suits this person, it doesn't suit this person. That's it. Thank you. And I wish you a very, very good night. God bless you.